Hey, you
Hello.
guys. How are you?
Hey,
Um,
guy.
so BitchBot's not working. Is that what I'm hearing? Because I
Mm.
just added some new commands. So, dear BitchBot, everyone say your hellos while I beat some BitchBot ass over here.
Okay, while you handle that. Hey, hot coffee. I'm going through the list. Crazy Mama, MK, Butterfly Kisses, K Brace. Oh, yay, it's like a team meeting. I love it. Shay, Punksy. Nightbot's blowing up on my comment section. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Is it actually
Hey,
working now?
Lavina. I mean, all because I've got four
Okay,
Nightbots
good.
in a row
Never
just
fear.
saying,
Okay.
hey.
It's about damn time. About time there.
Hey,
Punksy,
Wilby.
you were told to go to bed.
Watch me, Nay
You
Nay.
were told to go to bed. Punksy, I just wanted to tell you out loud I love you and I hope things are going well over there. And if you guys wouldn't mind putting a little heart in the chat for my friend Punksy. And if you're a praying person, maybe lift up a prayer. Her dad had some surgery today and things are going well, but we always want to keep it on the positive side. Hi, Wilby. I have missed you. K-Brizzle, you got your own hello. K-Bray's got his own hello. Lavina. Oh, and I have to say this because she's one of my faves. Shibbity! I just love it. I know it's chilling, Lavina. I'm considering doing a new one. Not gonna lie. I need something. It's
Oh, about
really.
our intro, were you
Mhm.
thinking that too? I was like, yeah, we could. I want more colors.
It's been dated now.
It's a
I
little.
liked it. I loved it at first, and I loved the music at first. But now I'm like, ugh, I need something different.
Yeah.
How is everyone? Is everyone having a good? What is today? Thursday. Good gravy. I'm all confused because yesterday I thought was Thursday, so I asked, said to my husband, "Hey, buddy," trying to be the nice wife that I am. I was like, "Hey, is it too early to put the trash out?" He's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Really? It's like dusk." I mean, he's like, "It's a day ahead of time." Oh,
Oh, I'm so
all
proud of you.
all day I went thinking it was Thursday, and then he blew my dreams up. so, so I'm reliving Thursday. It sucks.
That's okay.
Hi, Mr. Worth. You have your screen colors all screwed up on your computer. Oh, gracious. Oh,
I
no.
just,
How's your mom, Wheelby? I forgot to ask. I hope she's doing well. I really hope she's doing well.
uh,
Um,
I made the mistake of trying to help my computer by like plugging it into the Ethernet cord so that it
did
wouldn't
that
mess
work?
up. No, that's why I'm on my phone right now while the computer's like going back to
No,
Wi-Fi.
it's very
No, it was
serious.
like mm, don't
Oh,
plug this thing in.
butterfly kisses, you're welcome to stay here. We like that you stay here and chill. I mean, I don't know. I hope that it doesn't cause anxiety, but we're going to be talking about true crime, but you're welcome.
Okay, and watch it, Nene. Watch your movie, girl. Hey, Texas Tiffany.
Texas Tiffany, hi, welcome in. Yeah, Nay, you're supposed to be off. This is her. It's supposed to be her night off, enjoying family time. So, bless her heart for being here. That was really kind. But now go away.
Crazy mama's on duty. And
Well, Nay has to.
your other two twins.
I know
Okay.
the trips have to be here for at least the hello, but then everybody can go chill. I'm so sorry, but you're burnt out with the Murdochs. Oh, hot coffee. I appreciate that, and don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, because I know I get you. And I'll be honest with you. Um, we're we're trying. Okay, so let me try that one more time.
Okay,
Supposed
go.
to honor Mallory Beach on the night of her passing, and I was. I just it was one of those like I had a day. I had a day. And all day long, I had looked forward to honoring her. And then it came time to do the live. And for some reason, I, there was no way I could do her justice. I was completely like, I was a space cadet. I don't even know. I have no answer. I have no nothing. I
It was
can't.
like an out of body experience. We were both so I was like, we should
I
we
was,
should probably just we
I
should
was,
probably go to bed.
yeah,
We
it
need
was
to turn
just,
this off.
it was embarrassingly bad. And she deserves our full attention and respect, and not some half-assed, we're just doing it because it's her anniversary. Like, we need to do it because she's important. Whoever just said that, she is important. And hot coffee, you have over 65 pages of notes.
For
I'm
that one keeps
so,
popping up. I'm impressed.
yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, that's okay. Um, yeah, that's amazing. 65 pages of notes. I need to,
I
we
love
need to
that.
chat. We need to chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, another thing before I forget, one, I know that the Divine Miss Jen Lou is still alive. So, we're kind of stalling for just a few minutes. We're going to she's talking about another case, Sarah Boone. And I don't like going over, but also I don't like making people wait. Your time is important to me, and I hate being late, but at the same time, I hate going over other creators who I respect tremendously. So
Mm-hmm.
if you guys want to bounce back and forth, I totally respect that. Get that, no worries. Why is Buster getting $539,000 from the sale of MSL? No, that's not a topic for another day.
Mm-mm. No, he is.
Um,
He's getting the 500K from it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And we have to remember, as unfortunate as it is, Buster is still a victim in all
Mm-hmm.
of this. He's not accused of anything. He's rumored of doing something, and I don't think we want to convict on a rumor. I think we need more evidence.
Well, and they were able to. I mean, at the end of the day, too, he's like a surviving victim of a lost parent as well. And so, once Alex's murder trial was done, and even in the midst of that, they did settle parts of the beach case that surrounded Buster and Maggie's estate. Um, and so that's like right now, I think the only two defendants left really in the case are Alec and Parker's. Um, So that's why the sale of Moselle was kind of on hold until the trial ended. They had it. It was kind of like mid transaction, if you will. And then once the verdict and stuff came in, I believe the proposed date, I have it written down, but I'm outside right this second, um, was just like within a couple of weeks. And I think that's why I want to say someone had it posted too with the moving trucks and stuff there. And I do believe they were cleaning out the rest of Murdaugh property out of that house and off that property and off the grounds essentially because their stuff was still there. And they couldn't do any of that until certain elements were set, like were done with Alec regarding the murder trial, and they were able to kind of solidify some of the estate issues surrounding Mallory Beach in terms of Buster and Maggie. And so he gets a portion. He that is
Lavina said, I tremendously admire the lawyer who is suing on Mallory's family's behalf. Mark Tinsley. So I love Mark Tinsley, and you can't talk me out of it. People tried to talk me out of it. My initial meeting with him was everyone else's when he was on the stand the first time, and I was like, damn, just call me Mrs. Mark Tinsley. You're a badass, and I love you. And then the second time I was like, kind of a douche canoe. Let me check my black book and make sure that we didn't date because I totally would have gone for you. Turns out I did not date him, but totally would have. And you're a douche canoe, you're self-involved, and yeah, in my younger years, that's not who I married, by the way. My husband's amazing and I don't deserve him, but Mark Tinsley, total douche canoe, and I still I can't be talked out of it. You need a douche to do what he's doing for the families that he's working for, and I will always stand by that. Denise, I wonder how long it will take Alex to get all of Buster's money. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad and true. Okay. Aries!
What was it? What day was he? The day Tinsley was more of the douche canoe behavior. That was in front of the jury, right? Like the first time that you were like, okay, I'm digging it. I'm digging him. That was the day the jury wasn't in there, right?
Ask that question again.
The day that when he went more douche canoe, when you were like, okay, I don't reckon that was in front of the jury, right? Because you liked him. Okay, that's what I was just trying to remember. Couldn't remember if it was in front of the jury that he was the douche canoe.
Let me tell you who else I love, and I love Tinsley, but Eric Bland has my whole heart. That guy, first of all, he's having knee surgery today as we speak. And if you've ever had knee surgery, you know that is the most painful thing you can have. So he's badass, and we're wishing him well. Hot coffee. I follow an attorney on YouTube, and he wants me to go live with him to discuss my case.
Ooh.
Well, first of all, I don't know what you mean by that. I hope that you don't I'm going to need more details on your case, what that means. And secondly, I certainly, if he's a good attorney, I think you should do that. I think you should look him up and see what you can find. He alleged said something like, yeah.
The ice cream case. Oh, your notes on it. Oh, I love that even more as well. That's awesome.
Sweet Melissa. Thanks for being here. Listen, welcome everyone in. We're doing Trivia Thursday. Let's see. I think we'll do Wheel of Fortune. Is Wolfie here? No, I'm just kidding, Melissa. We're not doing trivia. That's your jam.
Remember when I saw one of Melissa's doing, I don't know if it was the wheel, whatever it was that made me download Jeopardy. And then I would be talking to Tia on the phone and just playing the game. And she was like, I don't know who I'm going to harm first. Melissa, for turning you on back to knowing that you can find these games on your phone, or just having to deal with me. Because I'd be like, She'd be like, we're talking about a case, and I'd be like, yes. And who wrote, like, what was F. Scott Fitzgerald known for? She was like, what?
Wolfie, welcome in. Hey, woo, Wolf. I didn't think you were here. Oh, he wants to. I'm okay. You need to fill us in. I won't tell anybody, but I'm dying to know about your notes. And I would love to see you. If you have 65 pages of notes, I need you to go live with this person and talk about your thoughts and theories, because I think that's so. Oh, Wolfie, are you still packing? You're working, you're packing, you're modding.
Wolf
How about
packing.
Wolf packing. How about you just put your feet up and relax? Oh my gosh, you would? Listen, let me drop our email.
Let's see if she spells it right. Let's see if we get it right on the first try. We can do it. How is that not in Nightbot yet?
Because
we forgot.
Well, because people are like, hey, you got to add this to Nightbot. And I'm like, oh, I got to do that right now. And then I add things like K-Braze because that's important to me. Mm-hmm. And our email is not. Oh, good. You're relaxing and playing.
Look at you. You did it right on your first try. I'm so proud. Okay, I don't know as much about the ice cream case because first of all, like I have my love for ice cream. Like don't mess with, like I just don't want anyone to ruin like ice cream and like avocados. I don't want that to ever be ruined for me. But then when I think of the ice cream case, I envision that who was that, and I'm terrified of clowns. I know they're totally different cases, but I just thought
the clown killer,
yeah, the clown killer. Like I just go to like someone like that driving an ice cream truck, and so I haven't watched it, but I would love to know more, especially since someone else loves taking notes.
I'm taking notes.
I'm taking.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hot coffee. I really chocolate peanut butter ice cream. Oh my god.
Y'all know what's really good that I didn't know was good as an ice cream? Did y'all ever remember when Ben and Jerry's was doing like the Greek yogurt ice cream? They had one.
Yes, we talked about that. Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay. Well, the raspberry one with the chocolate chunks or whatever that was certainly a favorite. But y'all, that lavender one, the lavender ice cream, and it had like bread crumb kind of like from the bottom of like a key lime pie, like that kind of bready, like
graham cracker bread.
Yes, thank you very much. I was like, shortbread, what's the word? Thank you. That one was so good. And I was like, I'm eating lavender. That was years ago.
I love Haagen-Dazs. Me too, Lavina.
I knew Crazy Mama was going to say that the second I said it. I knew that was coming.
The Dan Markel case, we're going to be working on that. I had thought, you thought wrong. I thought we were going to be working on Sarah Boone, and we started to last night. And to be honest, it just, so many people are working on it, and so many people I respect. And I was like, it feels wrong to me. Like it just did not, not that we all can't work on the same case. I'm not saying that at all. We totally can and bring different perspectives and work with each other. I love all that. And that is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is working the same case and having no, like I want variety for people.
Yeah.
I want people to go around and say, oh, so-and-so's working on this. And they have several people doing Sarah Boone and Lori Vallow and Letitia. No, I'm just trying. I was going to be rude, but Letitia. We'll just leave it at that. Oh, you do? Oh my goodness. You can work with us anytime. We'll give you the Zoom link and you can work with us anytime. We would love that.
I did take a handful of notes on Markel. Like it's we've done some, but Tia's also had a lot of like the moving back in stuff going on. So I haven't even shared everything with her yet. But I tucked to the side.
Since the AM trial finished, TC community is all over the map. They really are. So I will tell you some of the things that we're looking at, just so you know. You guys can keep this in mind. So there's 2 trials in June that I'm definitely looking into. The first one is, in no particular order because I don't even know what the dates are, but one of them is the Casey White case. We covered that last year. And that's the prisoner that got out of that, the prison guard and the prisoner, was it Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, one of those, I'm sorry, that escaped and went to Indiana. Is that the one?
Where the heck did they go?
They went to Indiana, I think.
Yeah.
And they were on the run for like 12 days. And then she shot herself in the car during the getaway. And it was really sad. That was a sad one for me. But we followed that from the get-go. Well, he's going to trial for her because the crime was, she lost her life in the midst of a crime. So he's being charged with that, along with all his other charges.
Mm-hmm. I'm really curious to see how they what evidence they have in terms, because remember, didn't he say like she unalived herself? And
yeah, I mean, but that whole, like, we have the recordings, we have everything, we enhance them. We have spent so many hours. You await the Brian K trial. I know, Aries, I know. And we talked about that today too. So, yes. So we will be covering that case. I think we already have, honestly, I have to go back and look because I think we might even have like timelines already done. Do we have that stuff already?
I think we have some of it. I think I actually moved. Remember when I was cleaning stuff off the computer and I moved a ton of like everything to junk drives?
I gotta go back and look because that one's been it was like last April.
Yes, Vicky White was the prison guard. And then he was Casey White. They ironically were both named White. But yeah, that is the one. And then what was the other one you mentioned? You talked about
we're going to be looking into Kristen Armstrong, the biker love triangle, the girl that ran off to Mexico, the yoga instructor, right. Chickadee. I want to check her case out as well. She's going to court in June. So we'll be prepping for that as the burn the Watts drive, right? Let's see. K-Braze, what did you say? I want to see what you said. And my computer's running super slow, so sorry about that. You're holding on to BK. You have a ton of notes. Oh.
Ooh.
Hey. Damn it, K-Braze. You say things and then I go back in my head and I'm like, I didn't even think about that.
When is that trial? Like, when is that anticipated?
I don't know. I have to look that up. But that is so interesting. And I love, like, we will cover that one when it's time. Did he care about her or did it snow? Well, a little of both. I think he cared, but also he's a terrible human being. So I don't know how much he cared. When he was arrested and when she shot herself, wink, wink, because that's all we know is that maybe she shot herself. It seems as though she did. From the trajectory and all the things, it does seem as though she did. But I think he cared about her, but also I think he wanted to be free, and I don't think she was going to last long anyway. So,
wait, the ski accident one. Wait, I thought the ski accident one was that person who was suing Gwyneth Paltrow. Is that?
I don't know.
This is the one. Remember, it was that love triangle. They were both girls were like triathletes, and they one was that like like she looks the picture of the red. She's got the red hair. That's the one who's
Are you
on trial
serious,
for.
K-Rays? I didn't know about this. I had heard rumors, but I didn't know they could actually. What makes. I wonder what makes. Like, is it recording all the time? Now I have questions, K-Rays. I have lots of questions. I need you to talk to me about some things because I need some questions on the Alexa stuff. I need to know. You just sparked so many questions in my head there. I was like, is it always recording? Does it record for certain words? Alexa,
What's funny?
you are a whole rabbit hole that I'm going to have to just write down.
What's funny is like when I just read the like even brought Alexa. I was reading it, assuming it brought into court as a witness, and I just envisioned like an Echo Dot sitting on the stand, just like.
But you know what? I just wrote Alexa K-Rays because whatever information we find, we're going to be giving him the credit because he just sent us down this path. So I have a feeling there's. Oh, really? Okay. Do you guys have those in your house? I do. I have them in every room.
I only have one. And I always forget to use it. I don't use like Tia, you use yours all the time.
Oh, all the time.
But mine half the time.
That's my husband's mistress right there. Yeah. That's his mistress. That's his girlfriend.
Mine's unplugged at the moment.
The one here in my office is currently unplugged. It will be plugged back in. But yeah, I love to add stuff to my shopping list. I love to all the things. I call downstairs. We use it as an intercom system. Well, MK, stop it with all this damn information. Okay, here's what's weird about this. And this is why my mind is blown that I just saw a thing today that said, and I was going to purchase a new Fire Stick. And for some reason, now it's going to come up again, but there was a thing on YouTube that said, never use your Fire Stick without doing this first. And it was like a way to secure it, I guess. I don't even know. I didn't even look at it. But when you said that, I was like, you first have. Yeah. When you talk about something to your friends and it starts showing up your ads, okay. That's what I thought. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, so it picks up keywords and things like that.
That's like my Google ads now, or like even when I like log on to my home screen, which I think on my internet is actually just like the MSN, whatever it is, home screen. But then I notice like things that if I've talked about it with you or something the next day, all that crap is either popping up
I know.
Ad or on my even like my feed on the homepage like of our YouTube stuff. I'm like,
oh, Mr. Dash and I have conversations all the time. And then he's like, really? So this new whatever car that we just mentioned, 2 days ago is now showing up in his Facebook ads and whatever. He's like, really? Criminals better be listening to all this tech info, right? Actually, I hope they don't. So let me just refresh your memory of what we're doing. We're going to be talking about Mallory Beach tonight. But in the coming future, in the coming days, we are going to be talking.
Yeah, I don't either, Sarah. I don't know either.
Okay, sorry. I was just checking to see if Jen Lou was still alive. In the coming days, we're going to be talking about Kristen Alexander, right? Did I say her name? What is her name?
Who?
What's the girl? Who am I?
The white one, like Casey, like Vicky. Casey White,
no,
or
the girl
Armstrong,
not Alexander, not Alex. Okay, sorry, Armstrong, Kristen Armstrong, and then Casey White is the guy. Just an FYI, Caitlin, yes, that's the one. Caitlin. Okay, Kristen. I don't know who the hell is Kristen? Kristen, mind your business. I'm talking about Caitlin. Yeah. So those two we're talking about, they're going to be in June, but we're going to be working on them in the upcoming months to be prepared for the trial. Today I had my cell phone conversation. I hung up and started. Wait, where'd that go? Oh God, that's so true. Oh, done, Buck Boys. Let's chat. Done.
Oh my gosh, I've been sitting here just talking on mute. Sorry. Ooh.
Hi, Sadie Cow. Welcome in. All right, so let's talk some Mallory Beach, shall we? Mallory, we know that Mallory Beach boating accident was and I'm going to say this because I said it in my description, is the thing that sunk Alec Murdaugh's battleship. And I think it was a lack, personally, of total disrespect on Paul's part and thinking he could. Okay, awesome, Muck. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thinking he could drive after 6 natural lights.
That's
beer
before
bongs.
they even went to the oyster roast.
I know. 6 natural light beer bongs and drinking at the oyster roast and then stopping at Luther's on the way home. And the guy was inebriated. 5'7" and 148 pounds. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very, very, very sad. But I'm going to show you, we're going to start with one of the videos from, of course, our friends at Fitz News and Murdaugh Murder podcast. We love them. They have done the best. And I just kind of want to get everybody in the right mood. We're going to speed it up just a little. And I'm probably not going to play the sound. We can just talk through it. But actually, we'll see if I play the sound on this. Oh, here's Home Skillet pulling up and grabbing his brewski.
Home Skillet.
Yeah.
I just
like sharing. That. I'm not even sharing. Yeah, what am I doing?
I can see. Well, I can see it.
Hold on a second. You can, because it's not sharing on our screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Yeah, it did. You're right. Butterfly kisses.
But I'm trying to switch to the computer to see if this is any better so I can sit down and charge my phone.
It would have, Lavina. You're absolutely right. As much as PM was to blame, I can't. Actually, let's talk about this for 1 minute, because that was my first reaction too. Is why the hell did you get on the boat with him? Why didn't you just Uber? And I think that must be the question of the 4 remaining individuals left, is why didn't we just Uber? I mean, the regret must be real on that.
And because they were high schoolers. I mean, they were
19 years old.
Yeah, they're not thinking I've done it. I've done things, putting myself where I was I could probably get a ride home, or just even something I remember we got stuck 4-wheeling, and that was a horrible thing for the guy that I just kind of started dating to have to I was so late beyond my curfew. It was so bad. And I was, I just think that same type of mentality, if I was still with all my friends, you know what I mean? Just you just go with the flow.
Well,
and you think you're going to be okay.
But when there's 2 sides to this coin that I think Wheelby is addressing. And yes, he was to blame, but also there was other people who knew they shouldn't have been on that boat. I am not willing to scold them because they have to live. That's a damn truth, Demi. They have to live their entire lives. No, anybody want to get on the train?
No, but I'm gonna fall off for 1 second and try to come in on the computer, if that's okay. While
Right.
we're
I see both sides of that. Like, I see the sadness of having to deal with that lifelong decision. Like, we all make these stupid ass decisions, not knowing that it could be the very end of everything. And that I wish individuals and people would think about that more. Yeah, I don't disagree with you guys. I really don't disagree. I think Mallory was probably like, well, if Anthony thinks it's okay, and Anthony is probably ready to kill Paul, Connor's probably like, everything's going to be okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm paraphrasing on all this. They probably had done that many times before in their minds. Right. Okay. A serious question. Because let's be real for 1 second. Let's just be real for 1 second. For those of us who are a little bit older, in say the 80s, 90s, what have you, before the use of cell phones and things like that. So all you youngsters, pipe down. But
okay.
Before the use of cell phones and stuff, I'm curious. Like, did you ever have a beer or two and drive home thinking you were close to home? I did. And I lived in way back country. And there were nights where I probably shouldn't have driven. I'm going to admit that. Thank God I got home safe. Thank God nothing happened to me or anyone else. But when I wised up, and my husband and I got married, I mean, the first thing I said, you plead the fifth.
Brilliant.
Hi, William. I'm not gonna, like, I can't be one of those people and say I didn't do it, because I did. I remember a night, well, first of all, my husband and I got married. We both had the discussion that we don't ever want to do that. If you want to drink, then I stay sober, I drive, vice versa, whatever the deal is. There was a night that we had a party that we went to. It was a function, it wasn't really a party. And we always talked about who was going to drink and who wasn't. And we had driven separate cars because I had to help set up for the event. My husband came later. And setting up for the event, I was there for like probably 8 hours. I mean, I think I was there for like 2 or 3 hours prior to the event starting, setting up. So we all had wine like throughout the night. We were munching out and stuff. Round time where we're supposed to leave, I realize I'm hammered. Like, I am no good for driving. And my husband was like, holy shit, I didn't realize. And I had a couple of glasses of wine. Now, he was way better off than I was. But I mean, both of us drove home white knuckled. And thankfully, it was like 2 miles away and it was, close to home and nothing happened. Thank God. But I remember being terrified. And then a friend of mine called me as soon as we got home. A friend of mine called me as soon as I got home. She was like, hey, we're at the bar. Do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, I'm still tipsy. And I'm like, yeah, we want to go. Yeah. By the time I get home, I think I'm totally fine. Now it's 15 minutes later. What makes me think I'm totally fine? I don't know. I get behind the wheel of my car in the driveway. And I look at Russ and I go, what the hell am I doing? Like, I can't do this. I can't drive. You can't drive. What are we doing? And I just remember being like, Tash, stop. I remember like the hell are we doing? We are making a huge mistake. What are we doing? And both of us just got out of the car and went to bed. And I was like, I don't even, hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me get rid of my dog.
That's funny. That's what I hear all the time, unless it's the sporadic Chihuahua yapping, quote unquote, bark.
Sorry. It's a whine more than a bark. But I just remember thinking, what the hell? We made this deal. Why am I breaking this deal? I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to kill someone.
Mm-mm.
And it was just, ugh. I know, little dash. There was a time when a cop would follow you home and not give you a deal. Yes, I know. There was someone watching over. You know what? Yes.
That's what when I went to school, that was one of the coolest things. There was still one like that. That was the drive-through, like the liquor store was the drive-through. It was amazing in Tennessee. But that was in 2002.
God's grace and protection. It shames me to think of it too. I agree with you, Lavina. No shame here. But I will admit that I did do things that I just literally remember sitting in the driveway going, the hell am I doing? The hell am I doing? This is the dumbest thing we could do. And my husband's, and the next morning we woke up and it was like one of those, like, first of all, I was hungover as hell from terrible wine, cheap ass wine. And secondly, I was like, the hell was I thinking? Like, I am such a staunch, like, do not drive, do not drink it. And I'm willing to get through. What? I'm willing to get behind the wheel and drive. What the fuck is wrong with you? I was so mad at myself. I'm not gonna lie. I carried a lot of guilt for that. I really have. Because it's just not, you just preach the opposite and do.
Well, I can kind of see you and raise you on that one because I'm the same way. I mean, of course, did not make a habit of it. But I also, like, growing up, we got like tips and tricks. And it was, did y'all ever hear, like, if you'd been drinking, and even if you hadn't had a lot, like if you'd been drinking, what was it? You either put a penny in your mouth or you eat an apple. Mm-hmm. I'd always heard put a penny in your mouth or eat an apple. Don't put a penny in your mouth because you will find, like, give it you'll swallow. Well, I did. I swallowed it.
Well, that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Drive-through, yes, K-Breeze.
Yeah, drive-throughs.
Yeah, I bet you there's still some states that have the drive-through. Literally, it's like a car wash. Like, you drive through, you order, and you know, yeah, it's crazy. I had a DUI in the early 80s. The cop didn't let me go, but he did tell me I was the nicest guy ever arrested. Does that count? Yes. Yeah. I had a friend of mine who was arrested years and years ago for a DUI. And the cops actually refused to put her in a jail because she was so hilarious. They were keeping her entertained until she sobered up. Or she was keeping them entertained until she was hilarious. She was absolutely hilarious. They sat her in a desk chair and put her right out in the open with everyone. And she just entertained everybody. Florida has liquor stores with, do they still have them with the drive-through? Oh my gosh. I don't know why she's eating money. I
just thought I didn't say, didn't start this out by like, y'all, I did something so smart. Y'all should try this. No, I mean, like, was anyone else ever told? Because don't do it. But
yeah,
the best was my friend that was like, I can still see the look to this day. Like, where I saw that embarrassment and kind of regret, because my friend looks at me and she was like, where'd your penny go? Because I guess my mouth quit moving because I just got it under my, like, I can't even believe I put a penny in my mouth. But I didn't get to test the theory. Thank gracious, knock on wood. I was fortunate that night, but I can tell you, don't eat money. Don't even put any coins in your mouth for any reason whatsoever. Eat an apple that's digestible.
Drive through in Phoenix, yeah. Okay. And he says, I drove home drunk one time from my friend's house. His dad would always take my keys if we were drinking, but he didn't that night. I drove 10 miles home and woke up and didn't remember going home. That's so scary. I know. 2 spaces up on the curb and came home the next morning. I felt terrible. 2 days later, I went, oh, MK.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, we'll be, me too. If I'm drinking, it's at home. You know why? The other reason is too, and I'm not gonna lie, is because it's expensive to drink out. Because it's just freaking expensive. And I don't need to be doing that out in the open. Like, I drink far less than people think, but I very rarely drink. When I do, I want to be home, like in my own backyard, in my own little place. Like, I don't need to be teetering around the world in public with a wine buzz.
Oh, good to know, Muck Boys. That makes me feel, well, yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't have to test the theory.
You know what? Me too, buddy. And I'm sorry about your friend. And I'm glad that you've rethought things and you don't do that. That's Muck Boys, yeah. When you wake up the next day and don't remember anything, that's a problem. It's only happened. No, I've never forgotten. I was just trying. There's a couple of moments where I was like, I'd like to forget that, but no, I did it. It was me. It happened. Yeah, me too. I'm just not a big drinker anymore. Like, it's just not my thing. Yeah, it was a big lesson
from time to time. But I have a better appreciation for alcohol and all those things now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track on that. And we're going to start watching the Murders podcast. Make sure you give them a like and some love. Maybe a nice comment if you can. Paul going into the liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. He knows exactly where he's going. This is not his first time buying alcohol, by the way. White Claws.
I like how he holds it up at the end.
Just so they meet at the river home and they're doing their shots and all the things and all the beers, but look how far they have to go. Like, do you see this? I mean, it wasn't like an around the corner. And also they took the boat because they knew that there was going to be
traffic stops.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was Buster's ID. And Muck, thanks for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate your understanding and kindness. Listen, I keep it real. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I did dumb shit. And I tried to teach my kids that we don't do dumb shit. This is them. What is this? Prior to going to Luther's. And the body language, actually, let me slow this down a little bit. Because the body language of the girls is, back a little bit. I slowed it down on purpose. It just blew my mind how far on the boat they had to go. Like, this is not a close.
I think it was technically like distance wise by boat. I wanted to say it was like it's either between 7 and 12 miles.
That's a big. We need to figure out. Like 7 and 12 is a large.
Yeah, hold on. I've got it written. I'm gonna mute so my papers don't like annoy for a second, but I've got it written down. 1 second.
Oh my God, I love Anthony and Mel. Got his parents. So Morgan and Miley are talking to their boyfriends, but the body language there is like pissed off. You can see Paul trying to get Morgan's attention and trying to talk to her, and Miley, and you know they're having their girl talk time, and you can see Morgan's already having issues. And Miley doesn't look real happy at her boyfriend either, as he teeters down the way. Off they go to have their little discussion, and he gets permission, and off they go. $35 later. I'm just going to speed through this. $35 later, they have their shots. They talk to people. What's Paul doing? Don't be climbing over the bar. Get your hand flat for that shit. Morgan makes me sad here because she's kind of like wanting nothing to do with them. She's kind of wandering off. Connor is probably as drunk, maybe not as drunk as Paul, but pretty upset, you know, trying to console everybody. My head, Connor's the fixer. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but he's the one going around trying to, you know, help as much as he possibly could. And boy, did that bite his in the ass. Here they all are getting back on the boat. I think Morgan's body language there just speaks volumes. She's so done and so pissed off. It is a disaster just waiting to happen. Wait a second. Did I miss butterfly kisses? Did she go to sleep? Good night. Sorry I missed you. After the trial, well, we all are wondering where the money went. Oh, you're gonna rest. Okay, probably fall asleep. Okay, cool. I've done a ton of night fishing and never went out without a life vest. Not only that, do you go night fishing? And I have some questions on this too, because I wanna. She was over, Paul. No kidding. Do you go when it's like super? Do you have lights?
Do you go drum fishing? Yeah, everyone has lights on the boat.
Huh?
Said everyone has lights on the boat, but I'm surprised that.
Well, hold on. Not everyone.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm actually surprised that they were driving like that with the. They didn't get pulled anyway if their lights weren't working on the boat.
Yeah, no lights on the boat.
Oh.
I was going to show you that picture too, but let me get through this video just to show you. This is where he starts dilly-dicking around in the water with, look how far away they are though.
By boat, okay, so it's like, I was wrong. It was 19 miles basically from the river house, what they called the river house, when they left to go over to Pawkeys Island, where the oyster roast was, but that's about a 25-mile boat ride. So essentially they left around 7:07 and got there at 8 to the oyster roast, and they just traveled by boat, you know. My
question is though, Are there sandbars? Like,
I haven't. Oh, I've got the tide chart. Hold on. I've got the tide chart too for that night.
so one of the other things I wanted to show you guys that was Paul makes some sketchy interaction. I know. You think he bought drugs? Could be. We go out. Oh, hold on. We go out sword fishing way out even inshore. I never wear a vest. Not saying I'm right, but I don't. Okay. Wear a vest. Yeah. Exactly. That's what my grandparents had. We grew up in the water, and they had well, they had different kinds of boats, but in the speedboat there was, I'm trying to picture in my head, there was there was two in the front. No, three. There was one at the bow, two in the sides, and then like a stick pole one in the back. So you could see this title high and low tides. Yep. Okay. I don't know where they were. Usually the way it's marked, the channel marks you so you don't hit the sandbars. Right. And did he have like a depth finder? I'm just curious. It was a fishing boat, so I'm gonna assume. Oh, okay. Butterfly kisses. Okay. You rest. You just rest. So it is high. Yes, they had high. When was their high tide?
Okay. On the 23rd, on February, so they leave like the night of the 23rd when they're leaving. All right. 10:51 a.m. All right. High tide 5.7 p.m. 11:27. So at 11:27, it was high tide, and then low tide was at 4:44 a.m. So that would be for the 23rd, and 5:05 p.m. So 5:05, and where's the 23rd again? 5:05 and 11:27 p.m. And then by the 24th, rolling into the 24th, into Sunday morning. Ooh.
Okay, so, the pole one is the stern. Okay, thank you. Red right return.
Yep.
That's my voting. There you go. If you know, you know. Maneuvering in these waters sober seems to be a huge challenge for Les. I know. That was, you know what? That was my whole point, was like daytime navigating this would have been trouble. But let me show you what it looked like the night of, because I had just found this picture with the police report. And to me, it gives me goosebumps, and not in the best way. Like, it breaks my freaking cold, dark heart. Because this was taken just as the police were arriving. Where am I? Street guards, where are you? Stop screen share.
We're right here.
Sadly, I think the other two were intimidated by Paul and his family, or they would have insisted. Here's the thing. I don't know if I do. No, that's not what I want. I do kind of believe that. I don't believe that for Anthony. I think Anthony was like probably trying not to make a scene more, if you ask my opinion, because I think he wanted to beat Paul's ass. This is the night of. Look at the fall. Look how pitch black. That's exactly, look, boys, that's exactly how I remember it too. Port has the same amount of letters as left. That's exactly how I remember it too. That makes me laugh. That is the bridge at night. That's taken from the side of the beach area. Where the hell are the pilings?
So,
I'm sorry. I'm going to show you one sec.
I can see the pilings, but I can't see the dolphin pilings right, like immediately in that picture. But I can see the bridge pilings.
Well, right. But I'm saying, like, also, there's another one I have. Let's see. Yummy. This
Oh,
one.
I can. And Gregory Worth, I'll tell you 1 second. I'm bringing it up right now. I just am double
29
checking.
miles per hour.
Thank you.
This is what it looked like. These are the only two lights. Okay, can you guys see that? The only two lights are to the right and left of the screen there, and they hit dead center. It not only is it foggy, but it's pitch ass black, and you don't have any lights. Can't technically all these kids be charged with public underage intoxication? Probably. I don't think it's worth it when you're talking about loss of life. I think they have more to live with CB than public intoxication. I think the police were just like trying to find Mallory at that point. It's very foggy. It's very foggy. And imagine you probably couldn't see. Hi, B Crumbs. Welcome in. Thank you, Mock. That's what I was thinking too. It makes bridges more dangerous because there's less clearance. It is a miracle. You're absolutely right. And it's sad that we're looking at, you know, it bums me out. This thing right here, answer me this question, my boating friends. So this looks like some kind of little watch type thing. Was this there the night of?
I think so. Because he was shooting to go straight, you know, go through the main, like.
See that what I'm talking about right there?
Yeah. But what's interesting, what I just thought about too, I wonder, because I'm in, you know, North Carolina, but right, like go towards that, like Wilmington, right on the intercoastal. And so I'm used the same thing where we've grown up, and we're used to doing stuff on the waters. But I can tell you, I've gone under, when we went under the bridge, we were on just literally the Hobie Cat, just like, I'm not like put a motor on a boat if you're going to put me on one, but we went under the bridge and we hit it because, you know, the mass and whatever it was, but it shut things down. Not only did it impact, like just us like sailing under it and hitting was enough, you know, to jostle and kind of just like scare the crap out of us. But then you have to like shut down the whole bridge, because then the whole integrity of the bridge is technically compromised after any kind of whatever the impact is. And I never thought to look into that as to how that was handled.
Well, this just caught my eye because I was like, isn't there supposed to be somebody here, like, helping folks out? Or am I asking a stupid question? Was this built after the accident? I don't know. I don't want to say. But there's where the boat was found the next day.
So they hit the dolphin pilings because you could see it in the picture better, like the picture before that. So you saw they hit the dolphin pilings first, which would be the set of three that are kind of out before you hit it. Yeah. And you see where the dolphin pilings are. And then they hit one of the main ones. Because the dolphin
this picture, I just wanted to show you, broke my damn heart.
Yeah.
That's Anthony. And look at all the cars there. I mean, there were people searching. Maybe it was a drawbridge at some point. Running lights are for safety, but you would need a handheld spotlight to see anything 50 feet in front of you. Exactly.
We always have one, like on the little, like we have like, you know, you say like the little boat or the big boat, but I know on the little boat, like even like the 17-foot, like an Edgewater or just, you know, Boston. Yeah. Like we kept the spotlights and stuff. All that was always on the boat, no matter what. Like you had X number of life jackets because it's the law. You have appropriate lighting that's required for, nautical navigation. I just don't, it's sad. He was using a freaking flashlight to even find the boat walking down the
He's
dock.
probably using this damn phone light. Do they think that after she was forced out of the boat, she was then hit by an unmanned causing a blind? It's so I was going through the autopsy as far as I could figure it out. Okay, hold on. I wanted to show you this one really quick too. So this is them taking a picture of the boat at night.
Will you move
I know.
Will you move your mouse right over? It's like right in the middle of the picture.
My mouse is
okay. Never mind. It was
my other screen. I don't know
oh, no, it's fine. It's the way it was probably from the screenshot. Never mind. I see it.
So yeah, these are the ones. These are from the actual police report. Look how pitch black it is. Like I know I keep saying that, but like, am I stating the obvious here?
Oh, P.S. It was my mouse. Sorry.
Am I stating the obvious here that it
was dark? No, you're not stating the obvious.
Black. Hit by an unmanned boat. No, I think, and I wanted to go through this actually with you guys, but I wanted to see what kind of bottom it was there, because if it looks like a pretty rocky area, so she could have, with the force, the tide was going out, so it was and the current was strong. Anthony said he had a hard time swimming to shore. Right. Hi, Maurice. Welcome in, love. I'm so happy that you're here, and you're never late. You come in when you want to, when it's convenient for you. You're never ever late here. She could have, MK. She really could have. She could have been thrown right into that piling. She could have hit the boat before she went into the water. It is blunt force trauma that did, and then
she drowned because she had received a blunt force trauma, and I think
she was unconscious.
Yeah, she was unconscious and she drowned. But that was Tia and I were talking about that earlier. I said it's either like we said, she hit her head on the boat somewhere on her way out, and then my other thinking is she hit the piling.
Yeah, I mean, I think she flew. First of all, anybody knows that. So we come from a long line of water skiing family. Like, we love to water ski. Faster, the better. My uncles. I know. People don't realize. Hang on, let me read this. How I realize how dark it is out of a city without the light pollution. Right. That's exactly true. 29 miles an hour on water is like your hair blowing back. I mean, you are just on fire. Your ass is on fire on the water, and you are hauling.
You can,
right. Well, not only that, not have anyone in front of the boat, but I don't know if you guys know, do you know the positions? Let me show you the positions of how they were sitting in the boat, because that is somewhat fascinating as well. We're talking on a cooler.
CB, while you're getting that, I was going to address CB Kelp. Yeah, because you could see where he, like, if the pictures when we're looking, if we pretend we were the boat, he was definitely further over to the left as you approach the bridge. And they impacted, I believe, the dolphin piling, the initial impact. Like, if anyone's seen the Netflix, you've literally seen the impact. It's frightening to watch. But so they hit yes, they were farther to the left. They hit it to the first impact, I believe, is at 220, which that impacts, I believe, on the left side of the boat, which then pushes the boat all the way to the right. And by 221, it had landed right there, like on the rocks.
And 5, 6, 7, 8. Welcome in. Okay, you head to bed and relax. And I love your puppy. Oh, you hit a dead head stump running 30 miles an hour. It'll throw you out of the boat. It'll throw you pretty damn far. And I think that that's what happened. I think she was thrown so damn far. She was a little tiny thing. Remember that. She wasn't a heavy, a big person or a big human. She was a tiny little 19-year-old girl sitting on her boyfriend's lap on a makeshift whatever. Here it is right here. Can you guys make this out? So you got Morgan and Miley sitting on this cooler in the front. You got Connor here standing up, and you have Paul next to him. And then you have Anthony and Mallory in the back. And they hit on this side of the boat. We'll say driver's side, port side, left side for those who aren't.
Yes.
But it was the left. So on, starboard's right.
I know. I was just laughing. Yes, port.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, she was sitting in the back. So, I mean, she was like a projectile. Amanda Carroll, welcome in, gorgeous. Happy to have you here. Thank you for being here and taking the time to pop in. She was literally like a projectile. I wonder if she did hit the bridge. Now thinking about that, I wonder if she did hit the bridge. God bless her soul. Oh. I would have sat on the floor either in the back corner of the boat. No one, I know. Me too. Me too. And I'm not really sure why Anthony didn't just pop him in the jaw anyway. I think that's a regret that I have for Anthony. I wish he just would have popped him in the jaw that night anyway. But it was fascinating to me to see this video, because this is going to lead into something that LFT was, when we were doing the math on this and listening to we were listening to Tinsley talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
And how Connor could not have been driving the boat. Did you want to talk about that?
Yes, and I also wanted to agree with something that CB Kell said, because they did. She and Mallory and Anthony both were at the stern of the boat, and then he shortly, because she was getting so nervous, he pulled her onto his lap to hold on to her, and I just can't imagine. Oh, it just breaks my
and
heart.
Kay, that's a really good point too. Let's talk about that. I wonder if that whole river was like a no-wake zone anyway.
Probably not right there.
Well, maybe. I don't know. The struggle is real. Welcome in. We're glad to have you. Her head would have hit first thing in her path river. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I believe.
This is where I agree with you, Gregory Worth, 1,000%. I'd have knocked his ass. Well, personally, I'm an unforgiving bitch like that, and I would have knocked his ass overboard. He'd have sobered up really quick, or he'd have been the one we were looking for, because I don't care who the frick you are. I'm trying so hard not to curse. I don't care who you are. If you put my life or my friend's life in danger, we got a problem. And that's why I am so shameful. Hi, JB, of the story that I told you, because I was like, I should not. I mean, thank gracious. But I think Connor did try and take over the boat at that point. Paul came back and yelled to him that no one was going to drive his boat, that no one knew this river like he did. It was his boat. Right. Well, right. And it was cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was cold. It was February. Even in South Carolina on the water. That's damn cold. Damn cold. But how these two, thank God, weren't hurt worse, Mallory and Morgan, I have no idea. I don't know how they were. Yeah, and boats don't have brakes, right?
Mm-hmm. And then you're dealing with the when you even when you shoot it into neutral, like the stern goes,
You're
like,
still going.
Yeah, you're still going. Like you just, I mean, anyone that's had to, most normal people, yes, know this stuff and in a right state of mind are aware of it. I would love to have seen him. Like, what about if he had to put the boat back up on the lift? Like, I don't even want to imagine. Like, I don't even like doing that anyway.
So I was going to read you, this is the incident report from that night. I'll try and make it super brief. Port Royal officers in Beaufort County, Beaufort. Tell me which one it is.
Beaufort, South Carolina, Beaufort.
Thank you. Gosh, I really should just have it tattooed on my head. Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the bridge on, hold on, I need to get my glasses. Malcoon Drive. Oh, there we go. Look at that. There's a whole world out there when you put your glasses on. And made contact with passengers from their boat. Initial information was taken by the BCSO deputies who were on scene prior to the Port Royal officers. Prior to my arrival, BCSO had several deputies search the bank of the water for the missing passenger. Their efforts met with negative results. Case number. I arrived on scene and assumed the incident command. A description of the missing passenger, identified as Mallory Beach, was relayed to dispatch, and the fire department and EMS were dispatched to the scene. We're going to talk about the time frames that happened here, because this was also a while after the actual boat accident, which sucks. Because imagine being there. Oh my God, my heart just raced again. It just gave me anxiety thinking about how long they were standing there in a panic. Oh my gosh. Contact was made with the remaining 5 passengers of the boat who had begun collecting information from who had gotten to shore. I observed all passengers were grossly intoxicated. I directed the BCSO deputies on the scene to begin collecting information from the passengers on the boat. While speaking with the passengers, BCSO deputies were unable to determine initially who the driver of the boat was. However, it was later determined the boat was either being driven by Paul or Connor. I'm going to give you last names that we all know. It was determined Paul, and I'll let LFT take over right after this. I checked the scene and observed the center console fishing boat bearing South Carolina registration, blah, 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 on the rocks under the bridge. I observed there was blood in the main compartment of the boat, and the left side of the boat had a large split in the hull from the impact with the pylon in the water. I used my department-issued cellular telephone to photograph the scenes. Those are the pictures I showed you, which are attached to this report. DNR was contacted and requested to respond due to the collision having occurred on the waterway. Paris Island PMO and the U.S. Coast Guard was notified of the incident and requested to respond to assist in the search for the missing passenger. Paris Island PMO informed me that their fire department was pulling their boat in the water to assist the search. I observed the Marine Rescue PMO Fire Department arrived on scene with their boats and began the search for the missing passenger. However, their efforts to locate the passenger were hampered by heavy fog. I was contacted by the U.S. Coast Guard, who informed me that due to the heavy fog, their airborne assets would not be able to launch. However, their marine assets would be arriving on scene shortly. Oh, I mean, it was like thing after thing after thing that they just couldn't get. I observed the U.S. Coast Guard arrive on scene with their boat and inform them of the VKF radio frequency used by Marine Rescue. I contacted Port Royal Command Duty and informed him of the incident and the current search for the missing passenger. He informed me that he would begin making contact with other command staff to inform them of the incident. Beaufort County EMS responded to the scene and determined that the passengers of the boat required further evaluation at Beaufort Memorial Hospital and transported them without incident. However, Keith Cook, who I think they mean is Anthony, refused to transfer due to the missing person being his girlfriend. I was met on scene by DNR Agent Henderson, who informed me the incident. Oh, wait, hold on. Who informed me that one of his agents had responded to the hospital for interviews of the passengers. I briefed Henderson of the incident and current findings to include possible drivers of the boat and transferred the incident command to him. He informed me that he was having additional DNR resources dispatched to the scene with a search of the missing passenger. Approximately 5:30 hours determined that they were going to suspend their search for passenger until daybreak. 5:30 in the morning. When did the sun come up that day? I need to know that.
Of the 24th sunrise? Yeah. I'll tell you. I got it. Sunrise.
DNR agent Henderson determined they were no longer needed assistance from Port Royal and BCSO and were released from the scene without further incident.
6:59 a.m. would be Sunday, February 24th, sunrise. That's the bark that you need to record and everyone use as your alarm sound.
Sadly, she had no chance of survival once she was in the water, initially found in it. This kid was irresponsible to cost a beautiful girl. Amen. Amen. Hi, the Rockaways. Welcome in. Has it ever been released what Parker's convenience store paid? No, because it's still ongoing. Because Tinsley is still throwing the pants off of Parker's. All the Parkers. Every Parker everywhere. All the Parkers. I'm definitely knew about the lawsuit happening no matter what. Never thought it would be. I think you did. Hey, look at you, CB Kell on the horse. I'm going to have to put my riding picture up now. Now I'm jealous.
Just for the record, too, for the weather and stuff, for both the Saturday the 23rd and Sunday the 24th, it was light rain, light drizzle, Saturday the 23rd, light rain, light drizzle, fog, and mist. And then on the 24th, light rain, fog, and mist.
And what time did the sun come up?
I believe it says 6:52, the arrow starts going up, and then it says sunrise 6:59.
So essentially they stopped for quote unquote an hour and a half.
Because by 7:30 a.m., or I want to say some of those calls between Brock, he was the DNR that was really good friends with John Marvin. Those calls between them, I want to say, kind of even started around 7:30 that morning.
I have a feeling the word was.
So it's just going to be Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah, the Stephen Smith case is something that is heart-wrenching to me. Because they're
Oh,
not
it's
a
fake?
little country store. They
Mm-mm.
are a huge conglomerate. They're not little.
They're someone Mandy Matney had it. I think there was a post yesterday on Twitter. Someone took a picture of the Parker's Corporation headquarters building in Savannah, Georgia, and it's just like this old, like it's whatever you think of Savannah, Georgia, or the Low Country, like the big columns, all that stuff is exactly what this is.
That's what I was wondering too. They literally had 3 to 5 minutes to get her to a neurosurgeon from time of impact, which would have been impossible. I get it. But at least, I don't know. At 5:30 in the morning, I don't understand why you're calling off the search. I love your Ari, by the way. I have questions. We're going to have to talk because I love my horsies. I don't know. There's so many things about her going into the water and them. I mean, I know that they didn't stop the search. What are you sending me?
I just sent you the tie chart so you would have it too.
Oh,
sorry.
Thank you.
I'm just kind of blank.
Oh, so what I was going to say is you talk about now is the Parker store and the Parker law firm related in any way? To my knowledge, no, but I don't know that for a solid fact, and that's a great question. But no, I don't believe so. I do not believe so.
No, it's
LFT.
Who is it? I'll give you the specific.
I mean, I don't know if they're related through family. She doesn't have a chance. I agree with
it. Well, the one that's specifically, Gregory Parker isn't a member of the law firm. No, it's Gregory Parker.
No, but what I'm saying is maybe they're family down the line, but it's not direct. Oh, we're going to talk about that hospital stuff too, because you know that pisses me right off. You know that just pisses me off, Gregory Worth. No. He's he never was searching for her. Sounds familiar. AM searched. Right.
Yep. Wait, that's stating, like, that is the, I mean, JB was stating the obvious that any of us could have, like, I would have raised my hand in that courtroom and been like, are we serious right now? Like, no one wants to say exactly that out loud. Everyone else can say it, but you just can't say it around the Murdochs, because that was, they circled the wagons.
There you go.
As they always do. And
how can a family member recover from a tragedy like this? How does Mallory dad get through his days? I would be a raging maniac. I can only tell you that Mallory's dad is a man of faith. And my guess is that's how he gets through with it. I watched my mother-in-law go through a tragedy. And the only way that she was able to, I literally remember asking her, my sister-in-law passed away when she was 27 years old. She just weirdly had an ear infection that instead of draining out of her ear, drained in, and within 24 hours, she was dead. It attacked her brain stem and she was dead. It was actually, her death certificate says meningitis, but it was really not really a meningitis. It was just an ear infection that drained in and attacked her brain stem, and it killed her within 24 hours. Now, she was beautiful. She was married. She didn't have children. 27 years old, and she worked at MTV in New York. She just the most incredible human being I've ever met. She really, really, really was. But my mother-in-law got up every day. She continued to live her life, and she prayed a lot, and she got through with her faith. And my father-in-law. I don't want to exclude my father-in-law from that. But they got through with their faith, and that's the only thing that I can think of. I remember asking my mother-in-law one day, like, it pisses me off. We're actually in the back of I'll never forget this. We were in the back of a limo, and we were talking about my sister-in-law, and it says, sometimes it just pisses me off that the sun comes up. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, it should be dark and gloomy. And my mother-in-law was like, no, like, your sister-in-law would love this. It's a beautiful day, and, you know, like, we're enjoying ourselves, and we need to, you know, continue. And it was such an uplifting. I couldn't believe it, because I don't know that anger and depression wouldn't take me over. But she was a hell of an example, and that's the only way that I can look at Mallory's family as faith.
Mm-hmm.
I would be a raging maniac too. I do know a funny story that she did go off on a lady at Macy's once, and she was so mortified that she did it. It was like 2 weeks after the funeral. She was so mortified that she did it. She went back and apologized to the lady. It was one of the workers at Macy's, but yeah, she was just like, I lost my daughter. Da, 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 da. Oh, you guys, thank you. I didn't tell you. I'm not telling you to sad fish. I'm telling you because weird things happen, and people find amazing ways through faith or whatever their thing is that they can pull their strength from. And continue. I don't know how. What
That's interesting, JB. I saw something about it earlier, actually, probably after 5:30, but I didn't click on it. But I don't. I'm like with Will be, because I think I saw something about that. I just didn't. I don't know if it's actually confirmed. Because my impression was that a lot of them who the attorneys in the area spoke up and said essentially no, never contacted me. But that would be interesting.
Oh, she is amazing. My mother-in-law is amazing, and she is my mother-in-law. I love her so much. And faith can move mountains. And I mean, personally, doing these cases, I don't think that there's anything worse than losing a child. I make the sign of the cross as I do that. God, please forgive, I get all the feels with that. I don't think there's anything worse than losing a child.
Well, and
how people get through. Oh, People Magazine reported it, huh? I know. I'd be wearing orange too, Maurice. I'd be wearing orange too. It wouldn't have been, okay, that's what I thought too. It wouldn't have been a local attorney as well. But before I start yapping again, LFT, I'm going to go on mute and grab some water. Did you want to tell the portion we were talking about before?
Which part?
Can't remember now. There was a whole portion I was going to have you talk about. What the hell was it? It had to do with the accident, and I hope this case encourages some people, especially teens, to choose sobriety. I hope so too. What were we going to? Oh, this is not Mallory Beach.
I was looking at, I quoted, remember we talked about this a while ago. Actually, I think the last time we talked about Mallory Beach, but we were talking about what, and it's Renee Cook. That's Anthony's mom, right? Yes. I think I just answered my own question. No, Beverly. Sorry, Beverly Cook. She was the one that said, you're friends of the Murdochs, but at the same time, you have to be aware of them, because if something goes down, you're going to be the one in trouble, not them. That was, remember a while ago, we were trying to remember what they said. She said something about like, they're great and you can be friends with them, but also like a bit of caution in terms of being their friend. Mm-hmm. And then I wrote down exactly. This was just the this was the 8th.
Amanda Carroll lightening the mood. Love that, by the way. Thank
No,
you.
No, I'd
I'm
literally
getting
like.
water on this spigot.
I wonder how much water. Like there can't. By the time this is all going to be done, I don't. In terms of Alec Murdoch's any kind of asset, anything liquid in his realm of things, like that's got to be a dry freaking spigot by the end of this. I'm not saying for the entire family, like the rest of them. I'm just saying I don't know how they're going to get but so much out of a dry spigot. I'm just trying to use a spigot instead of a rock now.
I'm curious, by any chance, do you guys really, truly think, and I'm asking because I don't know because I haven't investigated, but please put a 1 in chat if you think the Murdochs are responsible for Stephen Smith. Put a 2 if you do not. Did you happen to mention the speed of the boat or the impact? Yes. 29 miles per hour was the speed of the boat. I didn't hear that he'd be leaving. Is he leaving on his own accord or is he leaving because they asked him? 1, okay, 2 1s, and Wheelby says no. 1. So you think that there's somewhere in there a Murdoch is responsible? 2, no evidence, no connection. Rockways, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd have thunk we would be on the same page? Who'd have thunk it? 3.
Because I think too, like Tia, you pointed this out one time too, that something that Stephen had said that to a friend at one point, like if y'all knew, like it's someone like someone prominent in the community, but he never said, like you said, he never said the Murdochs, specifically. And then that's why I was wondering about certain stuff in terms of Alec's trial. Sure. And a lot of the stuff, like even with the law firm and stuff, I think like it's kind of like the Epstein thing. There are other people involved and they want to shut this down before it goes any further. And I do think I don't know specific, and I'm not saying it in the same sense of what happened with, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just talking about, I think there are others who want it to stop with Alec, like don't want this to go further, and they will do anything. Like they were like, it cannot. Essentially, that black book cannot get leaked.
Why were they seen? Randy was the only one seen there. Randy was the only one, and Satterfield. I got to be honest with you, Wheelby. I think that was an accident. I hate to disappoint and tell you otherwise. And we're going to talk about that more. I want to get back to Mallory because I just remembered what you were going to talk about, and that was Connor versus Paul driving the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to talk about that?
Sure. I think it was Paul driving the boat.
Well, because we just listened to that right before.
Yeah, we listened
for
to
1
it.
second.
So I went back and rewatched. I know y'all have all seen it, and if you haven't, it's what episode? Okay, watch all the documentaries, but for this one specifically that I'm referring to, it's the Netflix episode, the second episode, where Tinsley is describing the report from the bioengineer that essentially was able to like look at the movement of the body, the force, how like where people were, and legitimately how this would have played out, and how people's injuries spoke to their positioning on the boat at the time of impact. And not only that, but if y'all look closely in all the documentaries that have, the snap fat, good gracious, the Snapchat little clips and videos, that haven't really been released except for in these documentaries, you can get an idea of like where people were and you can see where they were standing and driving. And in my opinion, yes, the way that because I'm also someone who has had, I didn't fall or get in an accident like Connor did, but I had a broken jaw and went through that same thing. So I just was like, the second that they said like his jaw was broken, I was like, oh my God, I feel so, okay, it's awful. But it makes so much sense how it really wouldn't, if Connor had been driving, then he would have ended up in the water, I think, as well. Maybe not. He may have been able to brace a little bit better. And I don't think, hopefully, wouldn't have hit at that speed. But Connor, like the way that he fell in the position of it and where he hit, where he's standing, y'all know, like right there where he's standing, and like the girls are in front of him at the cooler. He hit on the metal bar, like above the windshield thing. You know, we get like that inch or so, and then the metal bar goes around the wind frame of the center console. He hit on, even kind of bent part of that metal bar, broke the rod post, the 3 right there next to him, along the side of it, and fell even further into, I guess he fell to the right side, so the starboard side of the boat. It was, I mean, it's just awful. Like, I don't understand why it's a question of who was driving. I don't think it mattered. It doesn't matter who was driving. The point was someone was missing and they needed to find him. And the issue who was driving immediately should have been law enforcement's first concern, other than finding Mallory. That should have been their protocol, in my opinion. But instead, this is where the Murdochs, and once you realize who it is, things are handled differently.
Sunset gazing, were the dogs around when Gloria fell? They were. Mm-hmm. It was Bourbon, or little Buster again. And I have the 3 dogs' names, but yes, they were. And yes, of course, I can crazy mama. You know I will. Sorry to interrupt, but I was talking to, wait, hold on. Amanda Carroll says she feels allegedly Buster and Paul were somehow involved in Smith's death. I don't. The only reason I say that, and this is uneducated and I haven't looked into it, so like, let's just be real. This is an opinion. This is without looking into it. I don't, because I think if they were, first of all, they have cell phones, they have cars, they have navigation system, all the things, right? I think Buster and Paul would have been under surveillance, questioned, all the things. But in saying that, I don't know. Yeah. conflicting. She does pray too. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I like that she prays. All right. We're already on the same page there. I'm with you. Dogs caused her to fall, but the kennel is how far away? Well, the dogs caused her to fall, but the dogs a lot of times slept on the back porch. The home, quote unquote, home dogs. Also, CB, what's his name? CB Rowe was out and about. So perhaps he let the dogs out. I mean, it wasn't unusual for the dogs to be out. I mean, they weren't locked up 24/7. I place responsibility on every passenger who got on the boat and multiple chances to get off and call a friend. Tom Brewster's drunk. Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I feel the same, but also as a kid, we make terrible decisions.
That's true. And it's just a really sad.
Not an excuse.
No, the truth of the matter is this was something that started out as like a fun joyride. Like this is, I mean, and I'm not saying joyride in the like frivolous sense of the word. I meant like that.
But it really was frivolous. I mean, it was to avoid complications from the drive. It was to enable drinking and driving is what it was.
But in the way that they were looking at it, they were looking at it in the mind of fun. They went from like thinking having fun on the boat with friends, going to an oyster roast, hanging out, whatever. They go from that kind of feeling to like getting annoyed and whatnot to then the concern where they're like, this isn't fun anymore. Like I'm really scared. Like I'm more like someone's gonna get killed. You go from like just being a kid to holy crap. Yeah.
And the dogs did cause her fall, supposedly. She fell down 8 brick steps in the front of Moselle.
And then Paul and CB Rowe got her flat on the ground, like helped get her. They lifted her by the arms and legs and get her.
She never regained consciousness. I wish they had more info on the great grandfathers. That's a weird story. We're going to talk about that one night, CB Cal. We really need to talk about that one night because that's a weird ass story.
The train.
Everything was okay until it wasn't. Amen to that.
You mean the train? Him on the train tracks? That one?
Didn't they say the murder trial unearthed? Well, they did say that supposedly, and this is what I've heard, that there was some evidence unearthed, but I don't know. Actually, I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that they're exhuming his body.
They want to now. I think it's more his family may want to have an independent autopsy done.
Because they already did the one autopsy. They're now going to have another. Is that what they're? Okay. See, I didn't hear that they were definitely exhuming him, but Gloria. Okay, thank you.
I think it's being like talked about. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I didn't know that. A lesson in trusting your gut. They didn't really want to go with. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. And it is trusting your gut. That is happening. Okay. Thank you for telling me. See, I wasn't sure because I've kind of stepped a little bit back from Murdoch, but yet I can't let it go completely. It's like a bad breakup. Just want to tell you. It's kind of like a bad breakup. It's like, I really don't want to see you anymore, but like I'm kind of still stalking you on Facebook. Alec. It's kind of weird. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go eventually.
It's harder for you to let it go too, though, because I kind of mention it every now and again because I keep looking at stuff.
Oh.
That probably doesn't help.
Okay, thank you, CB Cal. I need to go back and learn about that. See, Stevenson's case has been bounced around. That's the truth. That is really the truth. So hold on a second. Let's talk about that for 1 second, because now I have questions. Okay. Hold the front door. Family has a GoFundMe to raise money for the exhumation. Why do they have to pay for it? Because they want the independent. Is that why?
Yes, but also at this point, though, Eric Bland has done a great job of raising funds for that family. So they're in a financial position where they can contribute in order to have things done too. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I think that has to be a factor. I mean, he's raised over $7 million that goes back to this family. So I'm assuming they're going to use, my guess would be that some sort of funding or set up in a way so that some of that money could be used in terms of exhuming, further investigating. You know what I mean? I mean, it would be a legit way.
Can someone please drop the Murdoch Murders podcast and Fitz News links by any chance?
I got 'em. Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're definitely, like, if you guys are interested in all the deets and all the information, Fitz News certainly, by God, has it. But if you're into watching and listening, then go to the Murdoch Murder podcast and go through all their videos, because they've done all the things. And I cannot take credit that when we didn't work on it. I need to give credit where credit is due. And those people have kicked ass and taken names. And I'm so glad that there's channels like that. I hope someday we can be just like that on a case. GoFundMe confirmed yesterday. Thank you. You an MK suck. No, you don't.
Yeah. But Fitz News is amazing. And I finally ended up, they do that thing where you get like the 4 articles, I guess, within a day. You know, you can only click on 4 before you have to subscribe. But I'm telling y'all, I subscribed, or Decipher did, and that's actually probably what, $7 or $8, whatever it is, I'm more than happy to provide it, because they break down. They have so many like documents and links that you can follow to, instead of having to go through every court record or something to find some of this paperwork. It's all there.
Yeah, they've done it all for you, and they've found everything for you. By the way, that remind me to talk about memberships afterwards, because we want to give back to you guys. MK is my ass backwards twin name. KM and MK. That's true. That's so true.
That's frightening.
I believe some of the money was also used for a headstone. Amanda Carroll, I believe you're absolutely right. I believe you're abso-freaking-lutely right. See, I would have thought myself that Ellie would have funded this, but I know. Truer words have never been spoken.
Great. My degree will be put to good use then.
It is. It really is, Vico. Yes, please hit the like and help your girls out.
And then, I was going to tell y'all, I looked too. So they hit the dolphin pilings at
I'm so sorry. Let me read again.
That impact happened at like 2:20, initial impact by 2:21, or shortly in some odd seconds, 2:21, the boat spin, then shot over to the bank, shoots up on the bank. By 2:25, Connor's calling 911. Do not ask me how many minutes that phone call was, right this off the top of my head, because I don't think I wrote it down, but I can tell you it took them, law enforcement, approximately 40 minutes to arrive on scene because of confusion in terms of one of them went to a different, like further down to a different bridge. It was just kind of chaos. So they essentially are arriving on scene around 3 o'clock in the morning. I know Jack Kerner, he was working a traffic stop when he heard the call come in around 12:30. I might be a little bit wrong, because now they also say about around 2:40, maybe, I guess, Ellie are starting to arrive, but I don't think they're aware of like where everyone is, that chaos at the very beginning. So essentially, though, all that footage that we see on the body cam, that's after 2:45, around 3 a.m. in the morning, when you get that chaos. I mean, even well before, unfortunately, like parents and stuff get there. So, and I forgot, I know it's in episode 2 of the Netflix one. Someone needs to double check it with me, where we see Paul just walking around in his underwear, like right in front of one of the police vehicles. It catches them, I think, on the police cam as well. And he's asking one of the, when he gave the guys his name, he's like, it's Murdoch Paul. And he's like, you got a phone I can use?
Can I use your phone?
Can I use your phone? So that happens. And then I do not think, my understanding is Paul was finally able to find some kind of phone or whatnot to call his granddad when he was in the ambulance. But he is 2:21 is the crash by the time the boat is essentially on the rocks right there at the base of the bridge. And then by 3:42, so in 1 hour and 21 minutes is when Paul is he's the first one to enter the hospital. This is how so then I thought they stayed, were at the crash site for a little bit longer while law enforcement and paramedics were there, but they actually weren't, because he was being
pull
real.
Up the time time.
Well, I don't think I added. Remember, all these are. I'm looking in my binder at my handwritten notes because I hadn't added each of these in.
Okay,
but I just wanted to kind of give an idea of when.
Well, here's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend Wheelby does love timesheets, but timesheets. Why do I keep calling them that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Spreadsheets. Jesus. I swear I'm just drinking water over here, but does love our spreadsheets. So I was going to show it, but
I mean, you can show it. I just haven't I think.
How about if we put it in the Facebook group? So
we can do that. But I was just letting y'all know. Paul comes in at 3:45:02. He comes in. He's being wheeled in. He's strapped down at this point. He has no shirt on and whatnot. 3 minutes later, at 3:45:10, Connor and Miley, he's being wheeled in. She's walking next to him. Then at 3:55, 10 minutes after Connor and Miley come in, at 3:55, Morgan is being wheeled in. And then within 30 minutes of Paul's arrival at 3:42:02, Alec and Randolph arrive within 30 minutes at 4:14:17. You see them arriving through the Buford Memorial Hospital, the emergency room bay door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they get there. He gets there. Alec and Randolph get there 14 minutes after Officer Pritchard gets there. Because remember, Pritchard was there. I believe he was the one that was trying to go in and ask questions and stuff. And he's the one, too, that I think you see on some of the security footage and talking with, you kind of see a guy, I think he had a hat on. He's the one that was talking to Alec, and you'll see him talking to Randolph and stuff. So he's there. I'm just looking real fast to see the other people when they arrive. So 4 o'clock is Pritchard. 4:14 is Alec and Randolph. I
know the badge kills me.
4:40. Morgan's mom. 4:40 is Morgan's mom arrives. Then Marty. I guess Connor Cook's parents arrive at 4:50. I mean, it's just sad. I'm just looking to watch these
Great
parents.
Question. At what point did they call Mallory's parents?
They never did.
Answer that one?
They never did.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Law enforcement.
What do you mean they didn't call the parents? What?
The parents never got a call from law enforcement.
Sorry, what? Why? Their daughter was missing.
Because, as y'all saw in those security cameras, Officer 1 says to Beverly Cook, because he was like, well, let's not call them yet because we don't want to cause issues or get them if there's nothing to be worried about. And she was like, yeah, but she's like, I have their contact information and they need to know, but I don't want to be the one to make that call. I can give that to you all, and it should have been. And I think that's what I wanted
to make sure you guys completely understood that Mallory's parents, that the 5 remaining kids were in the hospital receiving care, and Mallory's parents did not know that she was missing. I to me, so many not okays there. But I hope Tinsley, just, I hope Tinsley, ... That's all I have to say, because that pisses me off.
And what's sad is that you can hear, if you listen closely, I wrote this down too, in most of the audio clips or the body cam footage, when whether or not it's when Anthony's being, interviewed or sitting in the back of the car, or when he's waiting for his mom to walk up. But even before his parents have the chance to say something to law enforcement about reaching out to Mallory's parents, Anthony himself had already been saying, you can hear him saying, has anyone called Mr. Phillip or Miss Renee?
Real Beast said the badge would be so embarrassing. Who the hell other than AM would even wear something so ridiculous? I agree. When I had my knee surgery, they gave me the handicap plaque to hang up on my mirror. I was embarrassed to use that. I couldn't imagine you're just rolling around with a badge in your hand and blue lights. For what reason? I still don't understand. Like, I don't understand the badge and the blue lights. I agree, Demi. Somebody does need to go to, somebody needs to, if not go to jail, somebody needs to sit down in front of those parents and explain to them face to face why they didn't get a phone call. Explain to them.
And you know what else? While they're explaining that to them, I wish someone who, well, there's no way we'll ever really know anymore, but I want to know, when they left that oyster roast and we're headed, back towards Buford, that Paul calls Alec doesn't answer, but then he calls his mom, and they have a 5-minute conversation, approximately 5 minutes. What the heck were they talking about? They'd already left. They're on the boat. I want to know what was said.
He probably thinks he can fly a plane with the little plastic gold wings. Amen to that. I'd be one pissed off. Listen. Look who's saying this. Crazy mama. I'd be one pissed off mama. No shit, Sherlock. That's why your name is Crazy Mama. I don't know. I just.
And then they were. So, and then I know, because Tia, we did look that up because we could specifically hear one officer asking, like, should I make that call about one officer was asking, do I need to make the call to get a helicopter out here? And the response was, it's too foggy. It's too foggy. So I do think they were trying to do some stuff, but 72 hours later, they're still out there, for the record, at least members of law enforcement. I think there were approximately 9 to 12 boats, dive teams, and helicopters still looking for her 72 hours later. So I don't know if that's a silver lining that they did have that kind of utility out there in the immediate days following all this, but I don't know. But I think
procedure 101, right? Wouldn't you acknowledge that there's a child missing? And I mean, she's not a child, she's an adult, but she's an adult missing.
But that's the thing. It's different when you're involved with the Murdaughs. If they're involved, it's the same thing that happened. It's just. What
was the saying that Connor's mom said? Was it Connor's mom or Anthony's mom? Correct me. Renee.
It was Renee's, Mallory's mom. It was Beverly. Mom. It was Beverly. Anthony's Beverly. Mom. And I wrote it down because I remembered. And right here. You're friends of the Murdaughs, but at the same time, you have to be aware of them, because if something goes down, you're going to be the one. You're going to be the one in trouble, not them.
Unbelievable. Welcome in, Kaz Chick. We've missed you. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, call missing. Yeah, I literally don't know. Okay, wait. Here's some more notes that I said. Okay.
Don't let me forget about the memberships thing. I gotta talk about
I won't. So then she was found. Where is who? When we were talking about, all of us that were talking about the tides and the chart and stuff. So where that accident happened, like right there at Archer's Creek Bridge. I guess you're right, because if the tide was going out, that's how her body ended up. She went approximately 5 miles towards the Broad Creek. That would make sense. Sorry, I just thought out loud. Thanks for everyone for bearing with me while I had to think through my own thought that didn't even need to be said aloud.
I mean, sometimes that's how you have to do. You have to hear it though, because sometimes you just have to say it.
Yeah, sorry,
for it to make sense. Oh, that was Randolph. What a scuzz bucket.
Yeah.
What a freaking scuzz bucket.
And then to have Maggie.
I will send you an email tomorrow with the information. And I keep forgetting, and I apologize for that. But you don't have to send me. I'll just send you an email just to chit chat. But you don't have to send information. We just love you. We just love you being here. K-Braze, one reason why I have no criminal. Well, that's the way to do it. And you know what? Wait, what happened? Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, Kaz. That was really kind. K-Braze, you're like a stellar human. You're just amazing. And the things that you shared, like, of course, I would never discuss, but I just think you're an amazing human being. And I don't know. We just appreciate you so much. Can we talk memberships really quick? Because I'm excited about something.
Oh, yeah. The only other thing.
Did K-Braze get the membership? Oh,
yeah, K-Braze. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you saw that. Sorry.
Kez is the one that did it.
Gifted membership.
So and God darn it, yes. That
K-Braze got it.
K-Brizzle, welcome to the family.
K-Brizzle got it.
So really quick, let me just tell you guys about the memberships, because we are going to be doing membership only podcasts and things like that, which I'm looking forward to doing very, very, very much. He was already family, now he's green family. Isn't that the best? I love that. I'm so happy for that. You have no idea how happy that makes me. But we're going to do ourselves a little gift. A little gifty gift for our members as a thank you for becoming a member of Decipher. And the gift is, drum roll please. We're going to be doing a drawing of our members, all of our members, for a $25 gift card to Amazon. So that way, if you aren't local, hopefully it can be used wherever you are. I thought that would be kind of like a best scenario, as you could buy whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. I wish I could hear what you guys are saying. We wish you could too, Nick. But we wanted to, you guys are in the best chats. I see you all everywhere. You really are. But yeah, we want to do something and give something back to you guys. So we thought maybe like an Amazon gift card, so you can get whatever you want. And then I think what we're going to do is try and do a once a month kind of thing. I have t-shirts rolling out. I have coffee cups rolling out. So we're going to do those. And whatever we earn, and I'm going to show you the accounting on that, because that's how we roll. We're going to be totally transparent on the selling of the t-shirts and the selling of the coffee mugs and things like that. We're going to show you if we make any extra money, that extra money is going to go in like a little private account, and you tell us where to make a donation. Wherever you want. I don't care. The creator, it's whatever it is, GoFundMe, whatever, I don't know. But you get to tell us when the campaign is over and we earn any money, where you'd like the donation for that money to go. because we're not keeping that money. That's not cool. We're, like I said, we're going to give back. So anyway, Sunday night, we're going to do the drawing for the members only for the $25 gift card. And the way to enter is you don't have to do anything. We're just going to choose you out of our member. We're going to do a drawing live of all of our members, and you don't have to do anything. Isn't that cool? So if you want to become a member and join the backstage crew and see what's going on, you can do that. If you want a $25 gift card, you can do that, whatevs. You get a chance for it. Like I said, once a month, we're going to try and do something to give back to you guys. Because we really, truly wouldn't be here without you guys. And we're so grateful. And now that we have gentlemen in here, and I freaking love that, like, so much, like, can't be giving away earrings and shit like that. Like, we gotta cater to the gentlemen of the group so they can do whatever they can buy whatever they like. So Sunday night, look for our post on that, and we will do our drawing live for a $25 gift card for Amazon. Your ear is pierced. That's awesome, but you may look ridiculous in some of the earrings that we buy around these parts. There's no way to get a date, my friend, when you're wearing dangly earrings.
Thank you, Nay.
Did she give two? Needy, thank you. Thank you very much. That was so kind. Congratulations to who got them. Let me see who got them. Membership.
No.
The struggle is real. Delina. Jenna, welcome.
Everyone just typed something. Oh, wait, I need to X out of it before it gives me one to my own.
Jane Doe, welcome. You guys are all in line. Hey, Medicare Rose. No, too. Okay. You're all in line for the drawing for Sunday night. So
Thank you, will be.
Tonight was a good example. It doesn't take 300 watching to have a great stream. I agree. Yeah. First of all, I love just having our little team meetings in here, where we can discuss things and you guys can ask questions and we can go back and forth. I really, really, really love that. So I appreciate Happy Don't Effing Pinch Me Day. I'll share the membership. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's my grandmother's birthday. Well, would be.
Aww.
No, I was like, oh my gosh. I looked at my calendar right then. I looked down and it was like, you have 3 events tomorrow. And it's like, one of them is St. Patrick's Day. Then it says Granny's 100th. And then it's something I have to renew. I don't know. But I was like, oh my God. I realized
perfection can't be planned. First of all, we were talking about it today. And so in other words, just sit back and continue being sexy as I already am.
Mm-hmm.
Word. Done. That's it. Look at you. She's sexy and she knows it. You just chill, do nothing, and you may win a prize. I forget what I was going with that, but I love these. Oh, we were talking about doing later night lives just because we love our crew that hangs out with us. And obviously I need to cut this one because it's been 2.5 hours and it's time for people to go get some rest or get on with their days if you're across the pond and across the world in Australia. Yes, I just so much appreciate you ladies not starting at midnight. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to start at midnight. I want to go to bed at midnight.
If we get too close to midnight, y'all, you'll be like, I'm be like, oh, my computer's messing up. Hold on, let me get on my phone, and then I'll do that. But I'm gonna sit on my bed.
Yeah, no, I thought, actually it was CB Kell that said something about, doing a later night that it was just fun to, go through some things and just talk about it. And I really enjoy the 9:30, 10 o'clock time frame with my friends.
I have to admit, we need another one. I don't know if everyone in this chat who's in here right now has witnessed it, but like we've had some really just funny like we try to start serious and y'all, it goes to just the funniest conversation. Like it's not so much true crime. Like, remember like the whole Punkette president, that people like, I mean, we were laughing.
First of all, she is a flippin' national treasure anyway. That's for damn sure. Anybody that knows Punkette in this community, she's a huge supporter of the true crime community and a very, very good friend of ours. And she can make me belly laugh with comments. So it's Friday afternoon. That's what I see. My Aussie friends. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Careful drinking the green beer. Hey, did Chicago turn their river green? I gotta go check.
I thought they did. Don't they all?
They do it every year. I always have to check though, because it's just fun. You do have to have a little fun. I mean, these are dry subjects and they're serious subjects, but also we need to have a little fun and a little laughter and lighten things up every once in a while. It can't be so serious all the damn time. We have real life for that. Sometimes you got to come and be entertained a little bit too, or entertain us, whichever you feel.
That was one of the funny. Oh God, Jen Lou that was one of the funny, and it was. I don't know how that happened, but it was every once in a while. I do have to admit, I do enjoy those.
You're checking on an eagle's nest?
I've been seeing that on my Facebook.
Tell me more. I love.
Oh my gosh, is this the one with the baby? Like that's sitting on the egg? Like, did it hatch? And then I saw it like some bird was coming in acting.
Not having that nonsense.
It was like a big black, it was like a crow or something. And then the eagle's wings went out and it was like, no, you back off of my egg. And then the dad came in and they switched positions. I was just, I don't know. I like it.
Jen Lou's hilarious. MK, first of all, I try not to do it on here, but I have a very, very dark sense of humor, a super dark sense of humor. And so does my cousin. And it's basically how we've gotten through everything that we've gotten. I'll tell you, you want to hear a funny story? I'll tell you a funny story. This is my cousin and I, and if she ever hears it, she's going to die laughing because she knows this is absolutely true. You just love it here. It's good for the soul and all the laughing. Okay, so this is my dark humor. It may offend. Just so you know, it's not intended to offend, but this is how I handle my shit. So my grandfather passed, and I was at the funeral. We were in Michigan. And we were literally at the church everybody was there, waiting, sitting, doing all the things, right? And I decide I need to go to the bathroom. And I was having a really hard time because I loved my grandpa. The sun rose and fell. Still does, as far as I'm concerned. Sun rises and falls around him. And my cousin had given me a Xanax, and I was very inexperienced on the Xanax, and I was also very geeked up, so it did nothing for me, not a damn thing. So my other cousin walked up to me and was like, here, take this. And I was like, okay, what is it? I don't even care. I'm just going to take it anyway. Fine, whatever. And it was another Xanax, which did finally help me calm down a little bit. I wasn't hysterical crying. I was just like a bag of nerves, right? And I just wanted to get everything over with. It was like, just get everything over with. So I go into the bathroom and I had gotten a brand new purse for the occasion. And it was like one of those big totes. And I should always listen to my mother-in-law because she's always so right. Never buy a tote bag without a zipper. Because you don't, right? So I went into the bathroom and had a new purse, all the things in there, all the extra things, all the Kleenexes, all the things. And I go to get up. I use the bathroom. I go to get up. I dump the entire contents of my purse in the toilet. Now, normal me would have been like, screw this, leave everything where it is, flush the toilet and walk out of there because you're not touching that shit. Like, you just peed in there. That's dirty. That's gross, right? Nope. In my state. Hi. Thanks,
Thanks, Claire.
we appreciate you. So, in my state of complete Xanax head, I decide that no, I'm going to get everything out and I'm going to clean it. And I'm there. Well, they had the wipes, the hand wipes. What do you call them? So I'm standing at the counter in the bathroom. I have now dipped my hand in. I've gotten all the contents of my purse. Now I did throw out like all the chapstick, lip gloss, all that stuff. That yeah, Xanax potty digging. You're damn straight I was. So and one by one, by the way, like I grabbed everything. I didn't just hoist like one thing. It is like I'm such an idiot. Why are you coming in again? Okay, hi again.
Oh, because my computer was going
Oh,
when you were talking.
So I'm standing at the counter and I'm wiping everything off and I'm using hand sanitizer on everything. And like, I'm pulling out my driver's license. Like, I have nothing to do. There's nothing going on. I'm just wiping everything down. I love you, Kez. I'm just going to do my thing over here, you know? And my cousin walks in and she's like, dude, what are you doing? And I was like, I just jumped. First of all, I was very calm. And,
Thank you, Xanax.
she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm cleaning out the contents of my purse. I just dumped them in the toilet. And she's like, okay, so A, why are you so calm? And I'm like, Xanax. And she's like, okay. And she goes into low gear. She's very calming as well, but she's also hilarious. And so she's like, okay. Assessing my situation as I'm standing here in my funeral garb, cleaning things with alcohol wipes, hot water, in a church.
So,
and my
you make me so proud.
She looks at me and she's like, can we hustle this up? Guys on ice out there. Like, things are starting to melt. We got to go.
I forgot about.
Oh my God, you did not just say that. She's like, chop, chop, we got to go. Like, start the show, starting to melt. We got to move this along.
That was it. She was like, he's on ice out there. Like, what? The way she told it the first time, it really was like, hey, like, the guy's on ice. Like, you got to get moving. What are you doing? You got to get going. Like, we are on a timer here.
We are on a time frame, and you do not have time for this nonsense. So needless to say, I was like, oh, okay. She's like, come on, honey. Let's go take our seats. And I was like, okay. So that's my story. And then everybody was like, what's taking you so long? And I'm like, I dropped the contents of my purse in the toilet. And everybody's like, ew. You're so gross. And I'm like, no, I just cleaned it. And they're like, is that why you were 30 minutes late?
So,
yes, because I was standing in the bathroom.
I thought you had walked out, like gotten up to go, like, I thought the service was like getting ready to start. Or, like you had been in the church and then like you're like, no, I do have to go to the bathroom. And so you were like, I'm going.
I hadn't walked in the actual church yet. I was standing in the lobby, greeting people, saying hello. I hadn't actually gone in the church yet. And so everyone else had. They were waiting for 30 minutes while I cleaned the contents of my purse. Wait, first day I got prescribed Xanax. I said it stops my waiting.
Oh God, you aren't right.
Anyways, I swear I get that. You have no idea. I love that so much. And then Nay asked, did it ever change?
Did it ever?
You know what? Wheelby, that is exactly why they prescribed Xanax. I was so zen for the rest of the day. I did throw the purse out, and I think
Gosh.
of the contents. I know I threw my wallet and everything out, but like I did clean my credit cards, but I think that was all that was left the next day. And it was so funny because my cousin was like, don't even bring that freaking purse in the house. Like, that's dirty. I don't know what you're thinking.
That has like bad juju in every sense of the word.
Put that thing in the garbage can. You bring that shit.
She's like, as long as that prescription bottle floated in there, grab that and let's go.
Oh, God. It wasn't even my prescription. It was somebody giving them to me because they knew I was like a shaking mess. Hopefully thankfully somebody pulled up behind me, and I can't tell you how long I said.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Brace, are you that person? Did y'all ever used to look at that site like text from last night, and they can be the funniest things? And one of them's like, I just sat at the street sign. Wait, stopped to the stop sign waiting for, we thought a porcupine to cross the road because they were really high apparently, but it turned out it was a pine cone. And then someone else did the other thing about the sitting at the stop sign, like waiting for the light to change. Or for one said they sat there by a stop sign and they waited for the train to go by and they couldn't figure out why it was taking so long. And not only that, there weren't any train tracks. They were just like, I don't know, this is a weird train stop, like railroad crossing. I don't understand what's going on.
You would have kept the purse. We'd be on jellyfish things down here. I bought the purse special for the occasion. I did throw it out. But it was the best because my cousin's like, dude, guys on ice, come on. A tour Now that this is the kind of shit I needed to get through funeral. I do. I have so many stories that I can tell you of. My grandpa used to always say, "You're so dumb, you can't get hit by a bird."
Watching a dead bird fly by. You can't get hit by a parked car.
Oh my god. No, it wasn't a coach bag.
Is this what you were like after? Like, is this what you were like in the receiving line after the ceremony, like after the service, or at the house afterward? Were you like this the rest of the night? Because this had just happened. Okay.
No, actually, four cousins, it was three other cousins and me snuck out, and we went to the cemetery to be with my grandpa because I had to be there when he was buried. I didn't want him going in alone. Mm-hmm. So we went with the funeral home and the caskets. and it was really funny there too because they gave us all red roses to throw in the ground, like as they placed him in. Mm-hmm. And my cousin Debbie's hit perfect, right on top. My cousin Jay hit perfect. And my cousin Erica, mine hit perfect. Hers falls off the side. She's just looking at it. She's like, damn! The funeral director runs back, grabs another rose, and she throws that one on there. That one sticks.
It's not like a circus game. What the hell? You just
literally, I mean, we were all a mess. It just wasn't right. I'm sorry. My poor grandpa thank God he appreciated a good sense of humor, because he is the only one that would have, between him and my cousin, they're the only ones that would have appreciated me dumping the entire contents of my purse. My grandmother would have been like, just leave that shit there. You're not going to use that again.
You would be able to sit with us at like probably at my family table, like one of the last family weddings. It was my dad has two brothers, and they're all like just little hellions. But when their cousins get in town, like I guess like I look at them as my uncles. We all got sat at like I knew the table I was at was like, hmm, it's interesting that they put us all together. But then during the like, so my uncle's up there actually, the rehearsal dinner, giving the speech or like the blessing or something. And I looked down and my dad, y'all, it was the funniest thing. We had caught our linens on our table on fire in the middle of, because it was like the boys were, and I was just like, like everything made sense. And I was like, and I got put here. I don't know what I did yet. I didn't pick him. He had me. I had no choice in this. The fact that I didn't even get separated, but you would fit right in. Like we're that type that it's like in the middle of the blessing, two of them are like just screwing around with each other, knock a candle over, and then everyone stops and looks. And then our table acts like we didn't even notice. That was the sad thing. It was everyone else had to be like, y'all, no one in front. You want to on that real fast before it goes any further. Oh God. Yeah, so you could bring you and your nasty purse and just come sit at our table.
Oh no, that nasty purse. Like I said, I kept the credit cards, but I think that was it. It was so, I mean, to this day, we still laugh at that shit because my cousin will be like, do you remember at Grandpa's funeral? And I'm like, vaguely. It's a little blurry. I do remember it. I dumped I couldn't believe I freaking did that.
Yeah. What were you, why did you, I don't even want to know how that happened actually. The more I'm sitting here thinking about like when I take my person to like a restroom, I don't know what, were you like doing the toilet paper around the seat, like lean, like,
No, I was hovering. We hovercraft. There was no touching. That's why.
I know, but so if you're hovering, you tend to lean forward, so I would think that you would spill the stuff all over the floor.
Like I was not thinking. It wasn't like it was planned out. Like this was not like, oh hey, no, I had my tote bag over my shoulder.
Okay.
And it fell off.
Then you're hovering. I'm hovering. Remember how you were talking about, okay, how big was that guy? How did he fit in his suitcase? I'm doing the same thing here. You got to walk me through this. Okay, so I'm hovering and my shoulders on my back. My body leans forward. I don't lean back towards the water. I do that. So wait, is that not a thing? No one else, y'all don't already do. Okay. Well, now maybe you should for real. So, but you got so it's on my shoulder. I'm hovering, but I'm leaning. Did you? What was like? How did you did it? Either like all just.
Listen, it was in the house.
I got a lot of questions. I just can't figure this out.
Hold on, I have to go back a couple of comments because Kate has killed me. But I have to go back because you've had 2 major surgeries on your pelvis and hip replacement. You're laughing so hard. I need you to take you back to the hospitals to get your stitches.
Oh my God.
Oh God, no, don't do that.
No, don't laugh. Tia, look at what your tragic story did. Look at
toilet bowl.
The toilet, your stupid toilet.
Oh
now, by the way, now she doesn't pour crap in toilets. She just puts lights in them and watches it light up every time she flushes.
Do you guys have toilet lights? Oh, they're the best.
No, y'all don't even think I'm joking for a second. Because I had to see it the first night she got it with the lights off in a bathroom, and she was like, "Watch this," and I was like,
"It's
okay,
motion activated. It's amazing." Yeah, if you don't have
but it survived. It survived the flood. If anyone's curious, because I asked about it, I go, "Whatever happened?" And she was like, we still have it," and I was like, "Oh, thank God, it survived the flood." So
nothing else. Oh, by the way, none of my bags did.
Like, I don't know what she had, but there's something about putting crap in toilets. Oh, that's ironic that I said putting crap in.
I don't know.
Like just dropping miscellaneous knickknacks. Don't trust her around the toilet, even if she's hovering, because then I don't. I have so many questions.
Breeze is telling stories. This is amazing. Oh my God, you guys.
Jump to the shower, wash. Oh, my money. Oh no. Did you put your phone on rice? Does that ever actually work for anybody?
Never. No, you just need a new phone. You don't even waste your time. All
Like-
right, you guys.
I
Excuse
don't.
me.
No, not at all.
Thank you for raising our spirits tonight, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. We will be live again before Sunday, but Sunday is our membership giveaway, and we look forward to seeing all of you there. And I don't like anything with my
You got games on your phone? You got games on your phone?
Please, thank you, Brandy. Thank you. Thank you, Crazy Mama. We love you. And thank you, Kez. I should say good afternoon. G'day. See,
What happens? What happens? What happens so far that we don't know about, Kez?
tell us about the future.
Tell us the future.
Can you tell us
Yeah.
what happens 18 hours from now? I need to know. It'd be so
Yeah.
nice.
Do you know by chance if the Chicago, what lake, where do they make it green? Kez, did that happen? Do you know? Do y'all have that? Do y'all have that?
I'm gonna give away a purse with the zipper.
Oh my God. All right, now, oh God, y'all are killing me.
Oh, you had an accident Christmas Day. Oh, goodness.
Gracious.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We really hope you heal quicker and soon and you're back to it. We needed this laugh too, and thank you for supplying the laughs, K Brizzle.
Yeah.
K Braze. Thank you to each and every one of you who joined us tonight. Thanks for gifting the memberships. Thanks for joining. And thank you for the thumbs up and just being here. We'll be back. Maybe we'll go live tomorrow.
Wait, Wolfie. Oh, Wolfie. I'm surprised y'all still on. I'm surprised. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't just hear this story that we had to sit through. And it's amazing though. Tia is silly. And
it is not worth the repeat.
It's not worth the repeat, but you should really ask her about it sometime.
No, she can go back and listen. Thanks for being here, Sunset Gazing, and thank you. She was straddling the toilet like Sarah B. It's just such a true story.
And somehow deposited off the contents. As she hovered and straddled, she proceeded to drop all the contents in her purse into a toilet at a church because her grandfather's in the other room waiting to get his final farewell. And she has to be told by a cousin coming in, has to slap Tia in the face and say, "What the hell are you doing? The man's on ice out there. We got what are you doing? This isn't like we can put this off till tomorrow." And they dried off the toilet and all the stuff in it. And Tia, I think, set it down somewhere discreetly if it was still leaking, or carried it in with her. I'm not really sure yet if it was at the pew during the service or not. And then she told everybody again about it because I've heard it a few times. Did I do this right?
Oh God!
You guys are the Sarah best. Boone, that's hilarious. No, you should make that, K Braze. And that idea is amazing.
Thank you guys for being here tonight. I hope you enjoy your St.
I hope your
Patrick's
spigot
Day.
runneth over. And
True Crime did take a left turn at Albuquerque.
He who farts and sits in pew. Oh, son of a biscuit. Like, well, touche. That was good.
Good night, everyone. Be safe. I can't. You guys have a great St. Patrick's Day.
And the Holy Spigot.
Be safe, and we will be on again soon. enjoy yourselves, be kind, go to another creator and hit the thumbs up on some of their videos, leave a comment, tell them we sent you. Thumbs up on this one, we'd be so grateful. Be safe. We love you all. Good night, everyone. Thank you. And we're out.
Careful flushing. Okay. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing. I just got. Look before you flush. I don't. Damn.
Oh my God. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.